true. I had my 2 million there.
That is not true. You never asked them, of course, Mr. Sherman, I will tell you it's not true. You never asked them to get your 2 million back.
When I met with them, that the initial...
No, I'm telling you, you never asked them that you want your 2 million back.
Mr. Counsel, I did ask them that I wanted to my 2 million back, or if I can negotiate with a potential somebody else, another party.
That is not true.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you again, did you ask the CEO whether you can have your 2 million back?
Yes, my refund.
What did they say?
I told you I gave them an option. If I could ask for my 2 million back, or if I am negotiating with another party, if they could transfer the lease or enter into a lease agreement with MK Stores.
Which did they prefer?
Which did they
prefer?
They preferred to enter into an agreement with MK Stores.
Why?
Because they still have the 2 million and they will get from MK Stores lease payment for the future 20 years.
How?
That's what the agreement says with MK Stores.
How much for the future 20 years? How much?
I beg your pardon?
How much for the future 20 years?
I don't know what was the term with MK Stores. You have the agreement, sir.
The agreement is here.
Yes, they have there's an annual...
Please call me Mr. Bachidi outside. The agreement is here. They paid you 15 million. You think they're going to pay again more money to BCC?
Mr. Counsel, they lease with BCC. They have to pay annual charges to BCC.
How much?
Annual rent is in the agreement.
How much?
Let me.
How much?
It's here, Article 4.
Yes.
After a period of 3 years, the lessee shall pay an annual rent of $5,000.
How much $5,000?
I beg your pardon?
After the first how many years?
After a period of 3 years.
After 3 years?
Yes.
Which document are you reading from? What lease is this? The date?
The agreement serial number 185/2019.
That's the land for which place?
Sorry?
The land for which place? Which of there are 2 leases here.
Oh, sorry, this was the one for the first one. The
National Assembly.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
That.
Yeah. The other agreement, I don't have it.
Still there. It says on Article 4 that the lease agrees to pay the leaseor and the leaseor agrees to accept it during the term thereof the sum of $2 million. Did MK Stores pay? Did MK Stores pay BCC $2 million?
It was taken out of our account with them.
It was taken out of?
When we did the accounting between MK Stores and myself, we took out the 2 million.
Let's have Mr. Bachidi. That we have the witness to be reminded.
William, please remind the witness
Got
that
it.
he's
Got it. CEO, you are still reminded that you are on the oath. Okay.
Mr. Bachidi, I'm sure you know Mr. Charbel El-Haj.
Yes.
I have documents that I will show you. We will seek to have admitted to evidence that marked as exhibits. The first is an agreement, lease serial number 185/2019 MD. The second is 192/2021 MD. between between BCC and MK Stores Limited. Please go through those documents and tell us whether you recognize those documents. Do you recognize those documents?
Yes.
We applied the aforementioned documents to update the evidence and mark as exhibit.
I have. Thank you.
A lease agreement dated the 25th of June 2019 with serial number 185/2019 MD between Banjul City Council, the lessor, and MK Stores, the lessee. The second lease agreement, Banjul City Council de Leso and the MK Stores Limited de Lesi. Both documents were signed by, for, and on behalf for Banjul City Council, there's a signature and a stamp. The stamp is not clear. And for MK Stores, there is a signature, but there is no name. But it was signed in the presence of Jamila Tujalo, Bundun Kakunda. That is the one dated 25th of June 2019. For the one dated the 8th of January 2021, it is signed by BCC, but the persons who signed this lease, the name is not contained in the lease, but it was signed in the presence of the Director of Planning and Development. And for MK Stores, it was in the presence of D. Manjangta of 15 Acres Avenue. These two documents
at any point assigned any piece or parcel of land by PCC apart from this? At any point in time?
No, sir.
You've never had any agreement for any?
But even this one, sir, I was not assigned a piece of land because it never went through. And when I asked, I told them it will go to MK Stores.
See, this is the issue.
Yes.
How can you profit from a land that was never assigned to you? But we'll get back to that. I mean, have you ever had any form of agreement or arrangement for the purchase of land in any form
with BCC? With BCC?
Yes.
No, sir.
Never. Now, Mr. Bachet, the witness, Mr. Al-Haj, purchased a plot of land from you, paid $2 million, correct?
Leased.
Yes.
Yes.
Leased land. Now, he said he spoke to the mayor about this first, and the mayor referred him to you. You recall this? Mr. Bachet, do you recall this?
Specifically, what did you discuss to the point of him being referred to me?
Mr. Bachili, can you please speak up? I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, kindly requesting if you could explain to me the circumstances which led to the mayor telling him to come to me with regards to what, please.
Okay, let me change the question, Mr. Bashir. How did you meet Mr. El-Haj?
How I met him was after having taken the matter to the council.
Which matter to the council?
The mayor brought the interest or the application that he made to the council.
The mayor brought it to you or to council?
No, to council.
To council.
Yes.
And said what?
And explained that, like BY Consulting, that's the name under which he was operating. They're interested in leasing a piece of land behind the National Assembly for a period of 30 years.
Yes.
And I think after having discussed among themselves to come up with the price of $2 million. So
the mayor and the witness.
yes, so at the council level, it was approved for the lease to go ahead. So we eventually then did the signing process, the lease signing process. But before that happened, we got a letter from his company because after he paid for the $2 million into our coffers, subsequently, he wrote a letter giving EMK Stores power of attorney for us to enter into agreement with EMK stores. So if I had known, I would have brought that letter.
We have it here.
Yes, so that was the basis on which PCC came in to sign with EMK stores.
It is exhibit 002.
Can I kindly confirm?
Yes.
Yes,
So you understand this to be a power of attorney for the name to be transferred to EMK stores.
EMK stores. Yeah.
What do you mean when you say a power of attorney?
Well, to our understanding, it was a way of transferring the responsibility, assigning responsibility, or the agreement in the name of EMK stores instead of BY Consulting.
And who is EMK stores? Did you find out?
EMK stores eventually was Nando's.
Eventually. But was this known to you? That EMK stores is Nandu before transferring?
Yes, it was known to me.
So why would he, the witness, Mr. El Haj, transfer the people to Nandu EMK stores? Do you know?
Well, I really will not know.
Did you ask?
No.
Why?
We just used the letter as a way of transferring the.
Who instructed you to do that? What council gave instruction is for the agreement between council and the witness, Mr. El Haj.
They were consulting, yeah.
Yes. Now, council did not instruct you to transfer it to EM stores. Why would you do that?
We relied on the letter.
The letter is not a power of attorney.
We relied.
It's a letter.
Yes.
Is one party relinquishing its rights to another party?
Yeah.
Do you know why? It's a third party.
But
EM stores is a third party.
it's a third party.
So why? Why did council agree to that?
Definitely, the rationale was based on the fact that we received this letter from the individual that paid for the leasing agreement. That was the basis on which we.
Why? What was the land supposed to be allocated for to Mr. El Haj?
For packaging, so I have to have a packaging warehouse or something like that
What kind of packaging?
to do some packaging work.
What kind of packaging work?
It's goods.
What kind of goods?
They are not specified. So
They didn't specify.
goods.
They said household goods. Did they tell you household goods?
No,
They didn't tell you how household goods. So what kind of packaging? You don't know.
that was the general term used.
That was general time used.
Term used. Yeah.
Okay. So if it is to be transferred to EMK stores, what will it be for?
We would not. We did not know then.
Why? It's not important.
No, not that it was not important.
So why would you not know?
Yeah, but definitely we did not go that far.
Because the lease says, can I have it? That is also for packaging,
Yes.
for with EMK stores.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes.
It says somewhere in the list that is also for exactly the first, the 185/2019, the first list. If you look at Article 6, the commencement of construction reads, the list shall commence construction of the proposed warehouse and the light repackaging industry. These are the words of Mr. Sheridan. That's what he indicated to you, that's what he said to you as to why, what the purpose of the land would be. The same words were repeated for EMK stores.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
We confirm.
Come again?
Yeah, I concur.
Does that make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? Right?
If it makes sense, you're asking me.
Yes. You see, they're two different companies. They can't have the same reason as to why they want to purchase the land.
They might have different reasons.
They will have different reasons. They are two different companies altogether. You understand? So Mr. Sherbel said he wants the land because he has partners. Did he disclose that to you people? That partners want to invest?
No, all what we knew was that,
Answer yes, no, and proceed. Did he say to you that I have partners that want to invest and therefore they want a piece of parcel of land? He said no.
I'm not too sure whether I remember.
He said no, Mr. Bacheli. If that was close to you, you will know.
I just don't have knowledge on that.
You don't have what?
Whether they had partners that they wanted to team up with.
Did you at any point in time know that Mr. El Haj, Sherbel El Haj, has partners that want to procure land for business? Was this disclosed to the council?
For us at the council level, what we...
Is it a yes or a no? And you proceed with your explanation.
I would say no.
Exactly. No. Or are you scared of him because he's still with you?
Certainly not.
So then answer the question, my friend.
No, it's just that, I want to be honest with my memory because I don't recall that very well.
You have to be. Because what Mr. Sherbel did, in effect, based on our investigation, is to get down from you people for $2 million and made more than $13 million from it. Unlawful, illegal, appears to be conspiracy between council, the mayor. You may be part of it, Mr. Bacheli, or you may not be part of it. There's an opportunity for you to explain. What is unlawful? It's illegal. It's a crime. The evidence of Mr. Sherbel is that he has partners. He can't prove it. No evidence to prove it. Paid $2 million for a business that never even started. No documentation. No feasibility studies. No pre-agreement. Nothing. At all. You don't have to be smart to know that is dubious practice. You don't have to be smart to know that is suspicious practice, Mr. Bacheli. But at council level, you are supposed to do due diligence, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Did you do that?
Well, for us, if you say due diligence in terms of what we did, is what I just explained. But getting to the issue of the power of attorney was not right. There
is no power of attorney to start with. There's a letter.
Oh, the letter.
There's a letter written to you stating that he wants, prior to our meeting, we write to inform you, your good office, to issue the lease of the land allocated to us. Did you issue a land to Mr. Shannon?
We leased the land.
Yes. Did you issue the...
No, we did not sign it with him.
Okay. It says to issue the lease of the land allocated to us by letter dated 30th of April 2019. We need this letter. To AMK stores of ECOWAS Avenue. Kindly process the lease or any other document of title to AMK stores. Did you ask yourself why?
Mr. Bacheli, can you note down the letter that council has asked you to produce? Please refer him to the letter again.
The letter dated the 30th of April 2019.
Council.
Yes, sir.
Is that the letter you're having?
No, this letter is making reference to a letter dated the 30th of April 2019.
Mr. Bacheli, let me assist you. The reference of that letter is, the reference number is NO 86/BCC/89.
NO
86/BCC/89.
86/BCC/89. 89.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Bacheli,
Yeah.
AMK stores purchased the land, you should refund the money paid to you from the lawyer of AMK stores. AMK stores even stated that they paid about $18 million for their about. So how is it possible that you only know about the payment? You only know about the payment.
I only know the payment that was made by BY Consultant.
By
BY Consultant.
now we have
That's a $2 million.
that was paid to.
That was paid to council.
So you do not know that the land was sold to
No, it
AMK.
is through my interactions with
Mr.
the,
Bakir, you had no reason to know that the land was sold.
no,
Why would you not know the land was sold?
I did not know the land was sold.
Why would you not know?
I did not know.
You have a third party that is coming in. Why would you not know that the land was sold to the third party?
No, because there was nothing we talked about or dealt in terms of selling. We did a lease with EMK stores.
Okay.
So
Now,
I really certainly.
let me show you the following document so that we have it admitted. A letter from the Department of Lands and Surveys addressed to you, 19th of April 2016, with the heading Allocation of Portion of Tanbi Wetland. We have a letter addressed to Managing Director EMK Stores Limited from the CEO. We have the Banjul City Council, 30th April 2019, the application for land at Pundung Road, addressed to the CEO and founder, Consultant Limited. We have a letter addressed to Aerodrama and Associates, allocation of a portion of land at Bond Road by the Banjul City Council. The two of you are not supposed to communicate.
Sorry, it was about the letter you were asking.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to communicate unless you are permitted.
I beg your pardon.
We have the letter addressed to the CEO from Aerodrama and Associates with the heading EMK Stores Limited. This, did you recognize that letter as well?
Yeah, it was addressed to me,
Two?
to my office.
Yes. Now the last one. Mr. Bashir, you guys were aware of these transactions, aware of the amount that were paid between the three of you. You recognize all these documents, correct?
No, this particular one I cannot really associate.
Yes, but it's addressed to you.
No, it's not addressed to my office.
It's addressed to the managing director, the consultant. Elhaj, is that yours?
Yes, sir.
Just please look at it before we apply to have it admitted. Mr. Bacheli, you are right, it's not addressed to your office. That is the letter written by the lawyer of EMK. We apply to tender the following documents, Honorable Chairperson. The first is a letter from, well, all the documents are photocopies. The first is a letter from either Drame and Associates Law Firm, addressed to the manager, C Consulting, Madiba Mall, Bruford Garden, Combo North District. The second is a letter from either the Drame and Associates Law Firm, addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Banjul City Council, Independence Drive, with the Erenry Imake Stores Limited. We have a letter from the Director of Lands and Surveys, Buba Singh, addressed to the Chief Executive Officer. Date is 19th of April 2016. The heading is allocation of portion of Tanbi wetland. We have a letter addressed to the Managing Director, MK Stores Limited, 19th of August 2020, with the subject lease agreement between Banjul City Council and MK Stores Limited, relocation of site. We have a Banjul City Council letter addressed to the CEO and founder, Consulting Limited, 30th of April 2019. Mr. Elhaj, is it BY Consulting? Sometimes I see Consulting Limited, sometimes I see C Consulting.
It's C Consulting, sir.
C Consulting.
Yes, sir.
So where we see BY Consulting?
I don't know.
You don't know that. You don't know BY, because even Mr. Bachete confirmed that the 2 million was paid by through BY Consulting. Correct? Did you say BY?
Yes, BY Consulting.
B as in boy.
Yeah, B, boy, and Y as Yankee.
Do you know any business, Mr. El Haj, or individual that trade as BY Consulting?
No, sir. There's a mistake somewhere. I have, I think, the copy of the receipt paid to be sick. and I think it was paid by C Consulting, if I can look
I
at it.
recall.
Yeah, there's, I don't know anyone, I have no rapport, if it exists, with BY Consulting.
All right. Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you a question, sir.
Please.
The letter addressed to me from Ms. Drame,
Yes,
could you tell me the date, please, if you don't mind?
of course. The date is the 3rd of September 2020. We can also give you a copy after it is admitted.
2020.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing,
Please.
sorry. When I was talking to Mr. Bachidi, I think you asked, and Madam Chairperson asked for that letter, I think 30th April 2019.
Right.
I found it in my file.
Okay.
If you want it now for the.
Very well. Let me just have it. Let me apply to have it submitted, and I will check that letter. We have one for 30th of April 2019 from the Banjul City Council addressed to the CEO C Consulting Limited. And the last one is a letter from Banjul City Council addressed to Drame Associates. The date is 18th of November 2020 with the subject allocation of a portion of land at the Pond Road by the Banjul City Council. All these Chairperson to be admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit. Mr. El Haj, may I please see that?
I think that's the one you are asking. I don't recall the reference that Madam Chairperson gave Mr. Bachidi.
Yes, this is the one. Thank you very much.
You're right.
And we equally apply to have the letter dated 30th of April 2019 with the subject application for land on Bond Road, address to CEO and founder, the Consulting Limited, Brookwood Gardens Estate, West Coast Region, to be admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit.
The bundle of documents presented by the lead counsel are admitted as follows. A letter dated the 19th of April 2016. The letter is from the Department of Lands and Surveys. It has reference SL stroke 93 stroke 2016 in brackets 5 addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Banjul City Council. It has the subject allocation of portion of Tanbi wetland. The letter is signed by Buba Sanyan, Director of Lands and Surveys, and it is copied to the PS Ministry of Local Government and Lands, Director of Physical Planning and Housing, Principal Surveyor, and a file copy is maintained. Attached to this letter is a sketch plan of the said land. A letter dated the 30th of April 2019. The letter is from Banjul City Council. It is addressed to the CEO Founder Consulting Limited, Brufut Gardens Estate, West Coast Region, and it has reference 15/BCC/49. It has a subject application for land at Bond Road. It is signed by the Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Director of Finance, BCC, Director of Planning, BCC, and a file copy is maintained. Attached to this said letter is a sketch plan. A sketch plan showing a plot of land situated at Tobacco Road area identified for packaging factory by Sarwell and El Haj, measuring 100 meters by 100 meters. That is 10,000 square meters. A letter dated the 30th of April 2019. It is from the Banjul City Council. It has the subject re-application for land at Bond Road. It is addressed to the CEO Founder Consulting Limited, Brufut Gardens Estate, West Coast Region. It also has the reference 15/BCC/49. It is signed by the Chief Executive Officer. It is copied to the Director of Finance, BCC, Director of Planning, BCC, and a file copy is maintained. A letter dated the 19th of August. A letter dated, let me take that again. A letter dated the 19th of August 2020. It has reference 11/BCC/89/Volume 2. It is addressed to the Managing Director, MK Stores Limited, Ecowas Avenue. It is from Banjul City Council. It has the subject lease agreement between Banjul City Council and MK Stores relocation site. And attached to this is a sketch plan showing portion of land along Bond Road identified for MK Stores within the city of Banjul, and the area is 15,000 square meters. A letter dated the 3rd of September. The letter is from Ida D and Associates Law Firm. It has reference 3019M/5/IDD, and it is addressed to the manager C Consulting, Madiba Mall, Brufut Garden, Combo North District, West Coast Region. The letter is signed by Ida D Drame and Associates. A letter dated the 18th of November 2020, it is from Banjul City Council. It is addressed to Drame Associates, 13A Marina Parade. It has reference 17/BCC/89/Volume 2. It has the subject allocation of a piece of land at the Bond Road by Banjul City Council. It is signed by the CEO, copied to the Lord Mayor, Sarwell E. Al Haj, Director of Planning, BCC, and a file copy is maintained. And the final letter is dated 29th of September 2022. The letter emanated from Ida D. Drame and Associates law firm. It has reference 3019/N/13/FKJ. The letter is addressed to the Chief Executive Officer, Banjul City Council, Independence Drive, Banjul, the Gambia. It has the subject MK Stores Limited. It is signed by Ida D. Drame and Associates. These documents are admitted in the bundle as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/BCC/CE/005.
Ask the commission. Now, Mr. Bachel,
Yes.
you've had several correspondences from the lawyer of AMK Stores, but they were struggling to have their correct documentation. Correct? And they wrote to you several occasions. Correct? Now, the letter dated the 29th of September 2022 addressed to you, the Chief Executive Officer, Banjul City Council, reads, that we write in regard to the land allocated by your office to our client, straight at Bond Road, Banjul. Despite the payments made for the said land, our instructions are that our client has been unable to use the land for the purpose for which same has been acquired. Our client applied for a development permit from the National Environment Agency, but has been unable to secure the said yes, full stop. The purpose of purchase of the land by our client was to develop the building an oxygen and iron corrugated factory to create employment for Gambian youth. You see, this is even contrary to what is in the lease. Correct? We read what is in the lease. That is why I told you the proposed intention by the first party, that is the witness, Mr. Sharbel El Haj, is different from, or might have been very different from what the other party would intend the land be used for. And the letter clearly states otherwise, that to build an oxygen and iron corrugated factory. That's not what the lease says. Where's the, can I have the lease, please?
Mr. Gay has taken it to photocopy.
Yes. We'll come back to that, Mr. Bachi. Now it says we are in receipt of a letter dated the 5th day of September 2022 from the National Environment Agency, which states that our client's application for clearance to commence construction was not granted. It further stated that this application came at a time when the agency raised concern on the increase in development activities in the area of Bond Road, which is premised on the potential negative impact on the area's ecosystem, and more importantly, the flood risk to the city of Banjul, in consideration of the fact that the area serves as a receding ground for storm water during rains. Consequently, the agency wrote to the Ministry of Lands and Regional Administration and the Religious Affairs a letter in blanket copy here attached for your reference, and recommended that allocations for development activities in the area to be stopped. Our client had purchased this property based on representation from your office, and they believed that the land was suitable for the purpose for which it was being acquired. Our client has discovered that this is in fact not the case. Our client had been patiently waiting for years for clearance to begin development of the site, during which period the cost of raw materials building materials, transportation, fuel, and other items have increased significantly. Our client was also not able to develop the property or use the funds invested in the property for other investments and has incurred substantial losses in the process. Our client now seeks a refund of his total investment in the amount of $35 million. My friend, from 2 million. For the purchase of the land and all other attendant losses from the time the purchase was made to date and loss of income over the period over the period to date. They wrote to you asking for $35 million. What did you make out of this?
What I made out of it is that, first of all, if you would allow me, I want to.
Yes.
From the.
Mr. Batili, please speak up because we are not hearing
Sorry.
what you are saying.
Sorry. Because initially, EMK stores were allocated an area behind the National Assembly.
Yes.
Okay. Now, due to pressure from the National Assembly, a proposal for relocation,
Yes.
which was actually, partially documented to get him or to get the company another portion of land along Bond Road. I was made to believe that initially AMK stores made a lot of investments in terms of how do they call it? Trying to put because it's a swampy area.
Right.
It's like trying to
Mr. Silla, Commissioner Silla will have the right word for it.
backfilling. Thank you, sir. Commissioner. So it's like, and I learned that backfilling is very costly. So that was my idea. But like I say, for us, our initial transaction,
Did they do the backfilling?
I was told that they did some backfilling.
CEO, you see, the idea of I was told cannot confirm anything.
Yes, sir. I cannot tell you that I was there to
But
see.
you have been written to. Asking for $35 million for investment. Go and confirm.
You're asking me what I made of the correspondence
Yes.
from the order.
Yes.
Okay, but for me, what I'm saying is, if I'm reacting to the question, I'll have to tell you, what actually transpired.
Go ahead.
That if I tell you that I was there to assess the backfilling, honestly, I would not be telling
No, but it's a genuine question.
No, yes,
The question is seeking to see whether there was any development done in any of the land that was allocated, whether it is one behind National Assembly, the wetland, or the one at Bond Road.
Yeah, no, my concentration.
Be it as it may, it will not be an amount of $33 million.
The reason why I'm saying so is because I personally, as CEO, who was a signatory to the lease,
Yes.
I had no idea about the amount of money transpiring between them or myself, and there is none.
Ask the mayor. He negotiated the deal. She negotiated the deal for $2 million.
Yeah, we are talking about right now.
Of course.
Now we're making a recap of what happened.
You are doing the recap, not me.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing the recap.
Yes.
I'm guiding you through. So the letter that the lawyer wrote for me, personally, I was thinking that maybe because of the backfilling process, might have led the company to incur the amount of.
How much?
No, I'm not.
$33 million?
I'm not listening.
Because 2 million subtracted from the 35 million is 33.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the purchase of the land, which you are saying, I had no idea.
I am saying your judgment that the amount of 35 million would have been because of the backfilling would not make sense. Because you cannot spend 33 million to backfill when you only purchase it for $2 million.
Yeah, that's not okay. I'm not telling you what was in my mind.
Okay.
But now, because about the sale, that's what I want to make explicitly clear. They're here. All of them are here. I have no idea about the sale taking place. None.
Did you respond to the letter?
No, I didn't respond.
Why?
I, I will not even recall as at this juncture whether I responded to the letter.
But why would you respond to
Maybe I have to check it out.
Did you consult the mayor?
On this matter?
Yes.
No, I did not.
But she brokered the deal.
I did not. But one thing I will do, I'll make sure to do is I'll go back to the records and see if I had responded, but I doubt it.
See, that's why I said there's a shady business that involved Mr. Sharba, the BCC, and Mr. Nando. Possible. You understand? Because if you receive this letter indicating that there's a $35 million, to be claimed, and you honestly knew and believed and acted upon the very information that only $2 million is traded hands, they have really taken this very serious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
To ask where is the $5 million coming from?
I will go back to the records and see whether there was actually a correspondence that emanated from my office to this company to this effect.
That's why I said all of you.
One thing I want to also reiterate again and again is the fact that if you say BCC, because for us as an institution, the only documentation we had with this company about the leasing is the $2 million.
Is it?
Is the $2 million
That's what surface is. That is what
Yes.
we see trading hands. That's what we know between the first witness, Mr. Charbel, and you people. That's what has been agreed upon by the mayor and Mr. Charbel.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what we will say in the back.
But subsequently, I was saying, maybe they know more than me, but I don't know
They
nothing
cannot
about it.
and should not know more than you, because in the first place you turn a blind eye. The area council is not interested in who Mr. EMK Stores was and why they have been transferred the property. They do not know. You don't want to know.
No, we were instrumental at that point in helping him to relocate eventually to Bono by
For who to relocate?
EMK Stores.
He is not the one you agreed with.
By the fact,
You never agreed with EMK Stores.
we had a lease agreement with EMK Stores.
No. The initial agreement was with Mr. Elhaj.
Yes, but then we eventually signed the agreement with EMK
How
Stores
did EMK Stores come to the picture?
based on the letter that we discussed.
Did they pay any amount? Any dollars to anyone?
Who?
EMK Stores.
No, it was BY Consulting that paid us the.
Who is BY consultant? They say, let's now go by C consultant. Who is C consultant?
That's Mr. Sharma.
That's Charbel you have an agreement with. Not in. So you guys do not have any form of agreement with EMK Stores. You were instructed to transfer the land to EMK Stores.
Yes.
You did not ask why. I'm now saying at the face of it. Of course, you asked why. Someone somewhere have asked why, knew why, received money somewhere, and therefore transferred. You guys are not stupid. You guys are not out of town. Like in the words of Mr. Charbel, he is born here. He knows what obtains here. You are also born here, Mr. Bacheli. The mayor is born in the Gambia. You guys know what is happening in the country. So, what we see on paper, Mr. Bacheli, is not what obtained.
Yeah, but lead counsel, all these parties you are talking about.
Button. You telling, I just want a clarification. You are telling the commission that you are not aware. You are only aware of the transaction of the 2 million. Right?
Yeah.
Did you have any meeting, resolution in council with respect to this issue?
For the signing of the lease agreement.
Did you have any meeting
Yeah.
with the council
Yeah.
with respect to this matter?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we have.
And can you recall what date it was?
I can even provide the minutes.
Yeah?
Yes. I can provide the minutes. for the
Okay, let
commission.
me give you reference.
Okay.
You held an emergency meeting on the 30th of April,
Yes.
2019, right?
Yes.
And it was on the same date,
Yes.
30th of April, that the letter admitted in evidence,
Yep.
you understand, with the reference 86 BCC 89 was also written. Were you at that meeting?
At the General Council meeting?
Yes.
Yes, I was.
And what was discussed in that meeting? Is it contained in the resolution?
Yes.
Please provide the resolution.
Yeah, I'll.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Mr. Did you write that?
Yeah.
Sabachin.
Yes.
Of April.
Mr. Bacheli,
Yes.
why was the letter from Rame and associates not responded to?
Yeah, I promise you that I'll have to go back to records and see whether we actually responded to the letter. But I don't want to preempt and say.
You consult the mayor?
Did I consult him?
The mayor.
No, I did not.
Any reason?
I just did not consult her.
But any reason?
Nothing.
There was no reason.
There was no reason, but I just did not consult her.
Are you surprised that that Mr. Sharbel sold the land to Nando?
I really thought that was not in line because he did not.
Were you surprised that Mr. Sharbel sold the land to Nando?
Yes,
Why were you surprised?
because that should not be.
What? That should not be.
No.
Good. Now, why are you not suspicious of that?
Why am I not suspicious of the fact that the land was
When you were transferring it to Nando, why did you not think that it was being sold to Nando?
What I can say here is that what we have with Nando, what we signed with Nando, is a lease agreement. And a lease
Did you receive a
agreement.
dollar from that?
Beg your pardon?
Did you receive a dollar from Nando?
I
Not you personally. Did you, the council, receive a dollar by way of consideration from Mr. Nando?
Can you please, because I'm not understanding.
Did
very
Mr.
well.
Nando or EMK stores pay any amount for you to transfer the land to?
For the transfer from consulting to
Yes.
EMK stuff?
Right.
Not that I'm aware.
Why? Did you ask?
No, not that I'm aware.
Do you know that Mr. Nando and Mr. Sherbel are two different entities altogether? They are businesses.
Yes, I have taken note of your queries regarding the letter we showed
Do you know that they don't have any form of partnership?
between the two of them
Yes.
at that junction.
Yes.
But I would suggest, I would think that they do have something. They have partnership agreement between them.
Where is the agreement?
I said, you're asking me what
Yes.
was in my mind.
Yes.
I've said it could have been that, they have working relationship.
That's what you thought.
Yes.
Did you ask?
No, I did not ask.
Why?
I did not just ask.
Because you didn't think us in that manner.
Well,
You did not.
I'll
No, you knew fully well that they are not partners. If they were partners, there would not have been any need for a transfer.
But lead counsel, that would be really difficult for me to know whether they have actual partnership.
Yes, because you are trying to answer a question that you do not know what the follow-up question would be. If they were partners, there would not have been a need for a transfer. So in your mind, you knew fully well these are two different people altogether. Their businesses are different. Mr. El Haj, is that correct?
Yeah, there are different businesses.
Mr. El Haj, is that correct? You and Nando, you are not partners.
We're not partners.
Exactly.
We are business people and we deal to each other.
That's it. And you should know. That's simple to know, Mr. Bachit. When he wrote the letter for a transfer, you should have asked why. Because you never had an agreement with AMK stores. The area should have asked why. Did you sell the land?
That we did not ask, to be honest.
You should have.
We did not ask.
But you knew.
That they are not business partners.
You knew. You knew that money has traded hands This you knew.
Which money, sir, are you referring to?
Between
The
Mr.
sale-
El Haj
the sale of the
and
land?
AMK.
The sale of the land?
Yes.
But they're here. They can attest to the fact that we as a council, well, my office,
Yes.
I have no clue about the fact that there was a sale.
You what?
I can attest to the fact that
Yes.
they can also attest to the fact that there was nothing, like to that effect. I did not have any clue that, a sale took place.
Let me read to you what Mr. Nando said in his statement, just for you to know.
Okay.
That it was on the 28th of November 2024 that I am aware that my company MK Stores had a sale agreement dated the 14th of May 2019 with Sharbel. So Sharbel, do you have a sale agreement with them?
I should have, yes.
Can you please produce that sale agreement?
It's the only one I have.
We apply to tender the sale agreement dated 14th of May 2019 between C Consulting of Madiba Mall, Bruford Gardens, the one part, and EMK Stores Limited of ECOWAS Avenue. The agreement is signed by Mustafa. Signed by C Consulting Limited. It is stamped and in the presence of Mustafa Jame, and also for EMK Stores by Mustafa, by the proprietor, in the presence of Mustafa Jame. To be admitted into evidence and marked as an exhibit.
An agreement dated the 14th of May 2019 is signed by C Consulting Limited in the presence of Mustafa Jame, and MK Stores Limited in the presence of Mustafa Jama. This agreement is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LBC/BCC/CE/006. Yes, Council. Yes.
But you were not ready. Now, Mr. Bachir, it's an agreement between C Consulting and EMK Stores Limited for the purchase of the land. The agreement states that the vendor has agreed with the purchaser to assign the land by way of sale to the purchaser for the sum of 15 million and subject to the conditions as stated there. Do you understand?
Yes.
And there were other terms as well in relation to this $50 million. That the purchaser shall pay a further sum of $5 million on the grant of a lease of the land by the council. If you issue a lease, you will pay another $5 million. And the balance of $5 million shall be paid by the purchaser within 7 days. Let me read the entire thing. It says the vendor will sell and the purchaser will buy all the allocated lands in Banjul, the Gambia, and contain an area of 10,000 square meters or thereabout, together with all rights, easements, and appurtenances thereto belonging thereafter referred to as the land for the sum of $15 million, which shall be paid in the manner herein appearing. First, $5 million as deposit to the vendor on the execution of this agreement. C, the purchaser shall pay a further sum of $5 million on the grant of a lease. That D, the balance of $5 million shall be paid by the purchaser within 7 days of the vendor executing the date of assignment of the land to the purchaser. So there is an agreement for $15 million. You want to have a look?
Well, I've heard what you said.
Okay.
But I want to ask a question.
You want to ask a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. You have made the agreement
Right.
between the two parties.
Yes.
Because what you are saying is not going to be picked up. All right, we may rise.
Thank you.
Thank you.